Hey everybody, this is Dr. J and Professor Spikes. We're live from the United States of America, the northeast part, Long Island, New York to be precise, or precise enough.
Right, precise enough is right.
How are you doing, Spike?
I'm doing all right. I mean, because I haven't taken a look again at my stocks, although I'm actually looking at a fair amount of green here.
Yeah, today was an okay day. It was pretty good for the SPY. It was pretty good for SPY and rebound for the Qs.
Yeah.
Bad day. I think we might have bottomed at 410. When I was on with Kamal, the show that you missed, uh, we saw that it was a 61.8% retrace, exactly 410 SPY.
Uh-huh.
The retrace from the previous low, not the lowest low, not the 348 low,
Uh-huh.
but the I think it was a 380 low. James said there's something to note about CVM. We'll give it a look. Today
Yeah.
we're going to dedicate the show to BioDrec anyway, so we might as
Yeah,
well.
no, it's worth looking at. I mean, I still own it from a million years ago.
It had
But
a pop.
it
It
took a
had
massive well, this morning it was on a dump.
up,
Actually, it did take it's a 25% jump, 24.43% jump, which means it's over a buck now, a buck 50.
that's good for those that own it. We'll take a
Yeah,
look.
well, again, I own it, but my average price is like 22. So,
It's not too good.
so it's like good news. But if I don't look, I'm thinking from now on I should not look at the past more than 3 months because it's stuff that I've been holding on to forever.
There's
It's
a
never
lot
going
of good
to
news a lot of good news in BioDrec today. CVM is not the only one that popped. My bivi pop. It hit
Oh,
over.
maybe.
Yeah, the Alzheimer's play.
I know
The,
it's the extra Alzheimer's play. I'm looking. Sava's coming back a little bit.
there's a conference call tomorrow morning before the market opens on
I
bivi,
see.
and they're going to talk about the conference presentation and that they did, and they're going to unblind all their data from phase three. I think in the end of November. I think something like that. I probably have my dates wrong, but yeah, Andrew says I had a good call on Sava. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. It actually keeps going back and forth because if you go on the twits, it still sounds like a mixed bag.
Yeah, I had a good call on Sava. I had a good call on Bivi, up quite a bit on both of them. Not such a good call on Dermatech, however.
Well, Dermatech, yeah, it still went up 10% on the day.
Yeah, CRISPR, did it get the result of the AdCom yet? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Nobody's been mentioning
I
CRISPR.
think it was halted today.
Well, I don't see it on my list.
Blue is up a little.
Yeah,
The other sickle cell play,
right.
and srpt fell apart. srpt. There was some kind of bad news on one of their gene editing drugs. So there's been some good, some bad. Anvs had bad news, more dilution.
Yeah, it was more of a money play, not anything to do with the data.
No, nothing to do with the data. Yeah. Yeah, my basis, Andrew reminds me, my basis on Sava is 13.28.
Yeah. Mine's somewhere in the 70s.
So Sava's good to me. And
Yeah, well, like I said, if you don't go back more than a couple of months,
yeah.
then you don't get yourself nuts over the values because being if you treat it as spent money, then it's like, all right, well, that's good news.
Well, we should take a look at a couple of those AD plays.
Yeah, and I'm wondering what this EAR is that Andrew's talking about.
That's like when you can't hear, they use those little things that you put in your ears to make you hear.
Oh, do you have one of those?
No.
I should.
I just say what a lot.
Yeah, I should get one. I'm annoying everybody around me, especially my
I
wife.
just say what? What you say? What's
Huh?
that?
Huh?
That, huh? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that tin funnel.
What's that joke? Can you hear me now? Oh yeah, what does a pussycat say on on the iPhone, right? Isn't that the joke?
I've never heard it, but that sounds pretty funny.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me meow? Right, that's
Can you
funny.
hear me now? Something like that. I don't know if somebody knows, if anybody knows anything. I think you got to go against the majority rule.
Look at the
What's
open interest on
what's
his
what's
38 puts.
Professor Omar has got an interesting call on the Fed. Should I tell everybody, the world, to know?
Well, yeah, he's one of our contributors. He counts.
All right. He called me last night to tell me he thinks the Fed is going to surprise and raise tomorrow. He's the only one in the world that's making that call.
Yeah, I get that, but didn't they say last time that a raise was likely and that they were talking about higher for longer and they were
Yeah,
trying
but
to.
they also said probably not November, not November.
They said probably not November,
I
but
think so, something to that effect.
that they were saving it for December. It's sort of like before the end of the year you're getting one, so maybe it's better to have it now.
Anyway, I think Professor Omar is the only one I know of that made that call, and he's saying that the market will react negatively, terribly negatively. Go down to SPY 403, in which case he's buying.
Well,
So
yeah, all that talk about a potential drop before things start getting better would fall into play with that. But yeah, you're right. It is pretty far fetched. I mean, even the news where I hear my oldies radio is saying, "Well, the Fed's not going to raise," as if they know.
they don't need to raise because they're not buying treasuries anymore. So they're part of their QT.
Right.
And nobody else seems to be buying treasuries. So treasuries are going up in price. And that's natural tightening. I mean, you don't have to tighten from the Fed. For the Fed don't have to do the tightening. Everyone else is tightening. Credit is crunching, or whatever you want to call
Right,
it.
and the uncertainty, the global uncertainty, certainly is a reason to hold off.
And all the rate hikes still now haven't really found their mark yet.
Okay.
So I think he's wrong, Professor Omar, but he's probably right that the market will react terribly if they do raise. So if they do raise, I might do what Professor Omar told me to do.
Spend your dry powder on.
I buy it 403. Yeah, I'm looking for a rebound. All right, so I wanted to show SPY. Let's go into the charts.
Sure.
Oh, by the way, that's not all Professor Omar predicted. He also predicted that the market will go to SPY 450 and then collapse to below 380.
Yeah, I saw that from his tweet.
Yeah, so he's really being a swami lately.
Like you said, he's starting to try to do predictions on too short a time period.
Yeah, he's trying to get every twist and turn. He's very good. He's really very good at charts. I'm not taking anything away from him.
Right.
Sometimes you can't be that fine. Sometimes.
Yeah. So tell that to all the day traders who got themselves broke.
So you see, I did this low. This was our recent low back here in March, was it? Yeah, I guess so. And it was a low of 380. And then we made a top at July 17th at 480, right? No, 460. So it went up a total of 80 points. And if you look at the Fibonacci fan, or whatever you want to call it, retrace, the 61.8 is exactly where we were on Friday, right? Exactly. You see the 61.8?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That was Friday's candle. We've come off that on Monday, and we've come off that, and we've confirmed it on Tuesday, right? Let me just blow this up. So today's confirmation candle wasn't that strong, but at least it was green, right?
Yes, I
At
see
least
that.
it was green. So it looks like we may have put it at bottom. It's right there. There's every reason to believe 410 with the 61.8 retrace works for me. I also want to point out one other curiosity, if you will, about this Fibonacci chart. Look at the 138.2 retrace from the top, from the 480,
Huh.
and look at where we stopped back here in March at 380. So we stopped at the what turned out to be what turned out to be a wave up starting at the 100%, and we ended at the 130, 348 at the 138.2%. So the fib numbers are all over the place, appearing like magic. You see here and here.
Mm.
It's crazy how they always pop up in here, right where we right
Sure,
where
you see it.
right where we were Friday, and then back in March is a key fib number, and the number we stopped at, in retrospect, turns out to be a key fib number. Is it crazy or is it crazy?
Certainly fascinating.
Is it that I'm just looking for these fib numbers and that's why I
I
find them?
remember. Well, you can't ask me because my theory has been that it's self-fulfilling prophecies.
I can't figure it out. It's like black. It's like magic, like Halloween or something. If you believe in black cats being bad luck, maybe believe in Fibonacci numbers.
Well, I believe that people may react to Fibonacci numbers, and that changes the market.
They just come up all the time. All the time they come up. I think we're going to be testing the what is this? The 200-day.
So
Right.
which low does Dr. Omar think we're gonna test?
He says we're going to go to 403, which is this. It has a lot of hits over here. And it's a 50% retrace from the October lows.
Right. Okay.
It's also the long term. Remember that long term trend line that we used to talk about?
Yes.
It's got a lot of reasons to stop at 403. So if 410 doesn't hold, 403 probably will. That's both of our feelings, Omar and myself. Now Adam Koo, who I respect, he's calling for 394. He's the only guy that I listen to on YouTube. I like him.
Uh-huh.
Adam Koo. The rest of them I can't listen. It's impossible. Impossible. But Adam
I
Koo,
only listen to you, Dr. J.
well, that's hard to do also.
Like I said, when I'm on tape, I do it 1.25, so I'm perfectly happy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't talk too fast, so you got to have a lot of patience. All right, and then I don't draw the charts that quick. I don't have them pre-drawn, so I gotta.
Well,
This one I pre-drew. Give me a little credit, right? Oh, I wanted to do XBI. In fact, I wanted to compare it. The XBI, I think, is going to wake up. It's got to wake up soon, sooner than later. Soon. It's been so terrible. I'm thinking Labu at some point. Get a little pop. Its timing is everything, though, you know. And CRISPR is still on hold. It looks like. There's really nothing to say about the chart. It's the news is. We'll know the news soon enough about the advisory committee.
do you want to refresh this page? Because this might be an old page.
What is it?
Just refresh it.
Refresh this page.
Yeah.
Still the same.
Okay.
Yeah, so CRISPR, there's nothing much to talk about. We're waiting for on the AdCom. A unanimous vote should get a pop, but a negative vote, I don't know where the thing stops. $20.
Oh, please.
I think you get a pop on a unanimous vote. What if it's a split vote? I don't know what happens then. A split vote, but positive. That would be tricky. What happened? I put in blue. Doesn't like what I put in. BLUE is how you spell blue.
How are you?
Isn't that how you spell blue? What's happening? I don't know. I'll do what happened, what I did last time. I just go to a fresh Yahoo page.
Right.
And that was Kamal's suggestion. How did AMD do? Did it beat on earnings, by the way?
Which one?
AMD, was their earnings after the bell?
Let me take a look. Well, yeah, it's only up 2%. So
That was for the day, 2%.
right.
You don't know. Maybe it didn't break.
Maybe it didn't, because the last I see is AMD's on deck with AI ramp. That's all I see. I don't see it.
Maybe it didn't break yet. I don't know. Let's see how blue looks.
Yeah, no, it's not ready yet. Actually, it says after hours.
Blue is recovering off that big red candle, that big red engulfing candle. It's been bouncing around, waiting. It also has PDUFA in December. So I don't expect much movement out of blue. I think you'll see it between $3 and $2.75. The length of this candle is going to be to contain movement in blue. A low of 269, a high of 311. So I see a 40-cent range till we know the truth, till the moment of truth. I mean, to this number that I drew, this 276 is a key level also for blue. All right, so blue, will it be affected by CRISPR's AdCom? What do you think? Does it make a difference to blue? They both have a sickle cell drug.
Right.
And they both have PDUFAs in December. So
right. Are they both gene editing, or I think blue's a slightly different approach, right?
It's still gene editing, but a different, not CRISPR. I don't know the difference. And what three things? One of three things can happen. That is, they can both be approved in December, or neither approved in December, or one of them approved. And if it's one of them approved, which one do you think it would be?
Well, Andrew's saying that the call is coming at 5 for AMD.
Okay. I'll give the answer to my own question.
Yeah, because I'd be speaking out of turn.
I think it'll be blue if it's just one of them approved. And the reason for that is they have a successful track record with two other drugs. And they have a more traditional gene editing approach, one that's less scary, perhaps. There are questions, with CRISPR's approach, like do they get the whole? Do they lose any DNA by doing what they do? That would be bad.
I see.
All right, Natalia is very dependent on. Intellia is very dependent on what happens with CRISPR today.
Why is that?
This is a good sign. It's up on the day. Maybe it expects a positive AdCom. I think all the gene editing stocks, interrelated to some extent anyway.
I haven't looked at edit in a very long time.
Beam is up on the day. They're all up. Up. This is a good 10% up. Beam.
Oh, look
So
at that.
they had a lot of bios had a good day today, but there were some that had bad days. But before we put the ones that had bad days, I want to brag about bivi
Uh-huh.
and sava. Well, bivi 450 after hours. It hit 506. I was going to sell a little, but then I said to myself, don't screw around, because for a few bucks, let it ride, Dr. J, because it could become 50 almost overnight. So I let the greedy side of me win out instead of the practical side. You got to be a little greedy every so often.
I guess.
I was greedy with Sava when it ran from 8 to 135, and I sold some at 135. I'll never forget. We both bought it at 12.
Right.
Went to 8. You asked me what's going on. Should we get rid of it? I said no, buy more,
Right.
and I
Yeah, I
did.
did. Oh yeah.
But that was the right thing to do.
Good
It
times.
was down because of an offering that they made.
Andrew says that Beam was up on some better ownership of collaboration with Lily.
Oh, okay, that'll do it.
Certainly, yeah. Oh, it's always good to be running with a winner.
Yeah.
That's why I'm back into Lily also.
Look at this candle today, how it broke above the triple top. The triple top up here, 411. Took it out. Gave back off the very top. The very top of the day was 506, which I saw. I almost sold a little bit anyway at that price, above 5. But again, I gave myself that greedy talking to, and I said, let it ride. Made believe I was in Vegas.
Right. Well, I mean, it looks like it might be transitioning to the new channel.
Yeah, and there's only going to be good news tomorrow in the conference call. It's not like it's going to be bad news. It's no sweat for tomorrow. How the stock reacts, I don't know.
Yeah, right. We've always seen these good news turn into bad news.
Yeah, I mean, that could happen. Probably will, and I'll kick myself some more why I didn't take some off the table.
Oh, it's human nature.
SAVA. Sava.
Sava.
How goes it?
Sava.
Sava. Sava is behaving itself rather well after that deluge down here to as low as where did it bottom? It bottomed at 1237. I know it pre-market I seen it at 10. So it was low. I picked some up in the 12s. I had to because my average is 13.28, so I had to pick some up in the 12s. And I gave this one no thought of selling, even though it was bumping up against the highs at about 27, 21, 28. I still gave it no thought of selling because I think this one has huge. Can I use bad initials?
Sure.
MF type potential. So I think this one you can't sell. It's like hard to sell any, even for a quick profit. I mean, from 13 to 20 is 50%.
Right.
I'm not even thinking about selling.
We gotta let things play out.
Yeah.
Gotta give it a shot.
Yeah. So I'm happy today with these two, but I don't own many bios. I only own 3: Sava, bivi, and DMTK, which is a loser so far.
Well, yeah, Dermatech came back a little bit today, but overall, yeah, it's been a dud.
I'll give it a look. I wasn't going to, but
Again, give it a shot.
it looks pretty icky, doesn't it?
Yes.
It's got to go higher. Looking at the chart, it's got to get above this level here, $1.60, for it to mean anything. So it's good. If it, with a run and close above $1.60, I consider adding, but not until then. It's just all the air has been let out. It's got to inflate a little bit. Otherwise, it's not worth anything. Like ATHX is not worth anything.
Yeah, no, ITHX is another one that
So you want to close above this.
there's some there. It's just a question of whether or not it's going to get capitalized.
Keep an eye on $1.60 for Dermtech. If it gets closes above, add a little. That's my opinion. Of course, so all our opinions are strictly our own, non-investment advice. Check with an advisor before acting, all of that stuff. And please support the channel by doing what? Hitting the bell.
Hit that bell.
Hit that bell.
My bell.
You got to subscribe, hit the bell. I don't know how people find this because I could never find myself when I'm looking for it. And thank you all for coming, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching on, on tape, whatever you call it, tape delay. Let's go to the videotapes. Who said that? Let's go to the videotapes.
Let's go to videotape. Wolf Warner.
Walt Wolf.
Hmm?
Walter, wasn't it Wolf?
Yeah, Wolf.
Warner Wolf.
That's it, right? Warner Wolf.
Warner Wolf. All right, XPI. I'm tired of all that red. I think it breaks out. I want to see a close above 67.34. And that might convince me to actually go into this. I don't own any. But a close above 67, I got to seriously think about owning it. I have a lot of dry powder. They just called the treasury bond. That never happened to me before. I have four different.
Well, see that now they called a treasury bond, which would mean that they think interest rates are going to be going down.
I don't know what it means.
By calling you, they don't have to pay.
I only had two.
Over the interest they're giving you.
I don't know why. I don't know why they did what they did because I only had 2 more weeks for the expiration.
Well, so then that would seem to indicate that the Treasury thinks rates are going to be going down.
Short term, maybe.
Yeah. All right. Well, then that's another reason to believe that the Fed is not going to increase.
I believe Professor Omar, so I'm going to be vigilant tomorrow.
Well, let's see what happens. What time did they announce? 9:30, right?
Yeah, so I think with a close of 67, we could get a run all the way to the top here, which is $90. Labu, 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 labu. We looked at a lot of these, didn't we? AMD is gonna happen now. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, is right. Look at that.
I just lost money.
Yeah, me too.
Shouldn't have looked.
Let's see.
How about Bitcoin holding in there, right? Professor Omar has a ghoulish Halloween prediction for Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
10,000.
Oh, 10,000?
10,000.
Wow.
He said he's going to mortgage his house and go buy at 10,000.
Because he thinks after that it's going to actually come back?
Yep.
After that, I'm going to be looking for the next coin.
I don't know. This is very good support, double bottom at 24,776 or whatever it is. I like Bitcoin, and of course, yeah, this is the first area of support now is 31,000. I like it a lot. You know, I like it. 31,500. Look at how long we were in that trading range. You know, between 27.5 and 31.5. You a long period of time. We broke loose, and I think we just have a little bear flag that we're finishing now. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin runs higher as opposed to lower.
I mean, yeah, isn't that a bullish pennant if you're gonna
Yeah, it's a bull flag, definitely.
because you got consolidation like that on the high.
Yep, it's flagging. Or whatever.
Yeah.
I think Bitcoin is good for whatever I said the last time, 48,000. I don't know. Pick a number. Anyway, I'm getting off topic.
Yeah, no, this is not really much of a bio play.
I want to look.
Neither was AMD.
I guess Andrew must have benefited from this take air going private. Andrew, if you did, congratulations.
Oh wow, okay.
38. What did it go up?
No, that's not much. 0.386%.
I don't know.
I think that's a volume. That's not a price.
Oh yeah, that's volume. I don't know. What did Andrew say?
I'll tell you in a sec. He said,
It's being taken private. At what price?
right. Oh, I don't think he mentioned the price there.
I'm sure it's more than what it closed at. All right, let's take a look at what other.
You know, he's speculating because it
Oh,
was $2.25 a share, and he's speculating on a private takeout.
okay. What else did I say I was going to look at?
CRISPR, bivi, sava, anvs, srpt, blue, XBI, and SPY.
anvs.
Anvs. Oy, it's another piece of bad news.
Yeah, dilution. And there's an offering at $6. You know, it always goes down to the offering price.
Right.
So I expect to be re-entering a small position at 6. It comes with a warrant. I won't get the warrant. I'll just pay $6 for the
Right.
shares. If you do participate in the offering, you can pick up a warrant. So probably they'll go lower than 6, maybe 5.5. They always go down with the dilution, unless it's immediately followed with good news, and I don't see that. So
No, they are in that same conference that Sava's at, aren't they?
look at this dip down off the bottom.
Yeah, no, that's
Yes, there are Parkinson's and Elvis play, definitely. I mean, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's play. Whereas Sava is an Alzheimer's Parkinson's play.
right.
They're in reverse. Only because, which one went first, you know what I mean?
Sava was first, right?
Well, one went ahead with the Alzheimer's first. The other
I
one,
see.
the other one went.
I got you. Yes.
But they can both treat both, allegedly. What did I say? Anything else?
No, that's it. Like I said, CRISPR, bivi, sava, anvs, srpt, blue, XBI, and spider. That's what you had in your list.
So in summary, what I plan on doing is XBI buy above 67. I might buy Labu, and on at least for a few quick play, Labu is a quick play.
Right.
I'm looking to pick up some Novus cheaper than where it is, and I might even add to my bivy that I should have sold today. I don't know. I mean, the potential there is like Sava potential. You can't sell Sava if you own it. And
No, I know.
I don't think you can sell bivy if you own it. All right, so that wraps it up, right?
Yeah, it does.
We covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, good hearing from everybody on the sides.
Yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. Whoever, Chuck, Dr. Miko's with us.
Right, Miko's here. Andrew, of course.
And James. And
Yep.
whoever else. So a lot of comments for just a few people, but that's fine.
Yep.
Yeah. So there was bad news on srpt. That's the other one I wanted to do.
Right.
it got like cut by lost 40%, 50%, something like that. We'll end on that bad note. Happy Halloween. I think Kamala's trick or treating, so
Okay. Hopefully, I get enough of that. Those Kit Kat bars.
I hope he gets a lot of Hershey candy bars.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking of buying some. The
Oh, buying Hershey.
Hershey stock, not the candy.
Yeah, buy it for Christmas.
Yeah. All right. Adios, amigos. Ciao.
Bye bye, everybody.